Spending this Wednesday dreaming about how we're going to spend $700 million when we win the Powerball tonight. But for many who have won big lotto jackpots, it can quickly turn into a nightmare.
Yep, and money expert David Ray has worked with a lot of winners before and has some pretty good advice. Thank you, David, for joining us.
Of course.
Well, that's be a horrible problem to have, but you
don't really
if you
feel
win the
bad
lottery.
for them.
Yeah, exactly. So you say winners should not announce that they've won. Why is that?
Don't go on social media and tell everyone you won. You're going to have people coming out of the woodworks with their hand out asking for money, whether it's an investment, paying for their kids' college, or just hand me money. You're rich now, and they're going to ask for it. You don't want to have to say no, but you should.
So what's the very first thing? When you match that sixth number, what's the first thing you should do?
Scream, jump around.
Right. After the celebration dies down.
Take a step back. Don't rush into anything. Pull together your financial team. Get a fiduciary financial planner, probably an attorney, a tax attorney, so that we have a plan for this money so you can really make it work for what you want it to work for, so it is a dream and you're not one of those horror stories you hear about someone who goes broke after winning the lottery.
Let's talk about that. You've said you've worked with lotto winners and they're actually bankrupt in a couple years. What's that about?
Not my clients.
Okay.
Thank you, Ellie. I have worked with a lot of people who've gotten large settlements, windfalls, or won the lottery. And you hear these stories of people, it's $5, $10, $15 million is a lot of money, but by the time you take the lump sum, pay taxes, and you make a few mistakes along the way, that money is gone. If you get $1 or $2 million, you buy a house, you buy your kids a house, you buy a car, you buy another car, all of a sudden it's gone and you still have debt and you still owe money and you're worse off than before.
Especially with the housing market out here.
Here in LA,
so
it's
big
tough.
question. Everyone's already making plans for all the money they're going to take. They're going to win. Do you like lump sum or the annual payments?
So kind of with that horror story in mind, I think the average person, if they're afraid of this money, take the payments over time. If you're good at handling money, if you're used to working with a financial planner, working with a tax accountant and things like that, I think you're going to be better off with the lump sum. I personally would take the lump sum because I know what I could do with that money, but I do know a lot of people really want the security of knowing this money is going to be paid out over 30 years, so it makes it a little easier to say no to someone. I've already spent this year's 10, 20, $30 million.
Oh, wow.
Good problems to have once
Yeah.
again. I mean, this is $700 million. So
no kidding.
we're not feeling bad for anyone here.
Let's talk about when you give to charity. Any
Yes.
concerns there? What should we watch out for?
Well, again, I think a lot of times it's a great idea to have a budget in mind and think, I want to take 10% of this and give it to charity. That doesn't mean you have to go, I'm taking $70 million right now and give it away. Set aside that money. There's a lot of ways to do tax planning so you keep more of that money if you know you're giving it to charity, and you can dole it out over a few years, because you might have a charity that's really important to you this year, but there might be another charity in need next year or 5 years down the road. So you don't give all the money away year one, but spread it out over time so you can get a little more benefit and feel the joys of giving.
All right, Dave. Well, hopefully I'll be calling you tomorrow.
Please do.
Asking for advice.
My number.
All right. Well, you can find a lot more and get great financial information on David's website. That is financialplannerla.com. Thanks again.
My
nice
pleasure.
to see you again.
Thank you.
Thanks, David. I know Danny Romero's got a
Please
couple
win.
projects earmarked already.
Oh man, got some plans. Yeah, but you're getting a phone call though.
I'm waiting for it. I'll be by the
Thinking
phone.
positively here, right? Yeah, absolutely. Or somebody just call us if we win that and adopt
We'll get you
us.
in touch with David.
Yeah, and that too.
You can always, yeah.
I was thinking more the adopt me because
Right,
you
we
got
can
money
do some
now.
new parents, of course.
Anyway, you can't buy the weather.